Especially recently, there's definitely been more talks about it than there has been. We're bringing awareness to it.
Well, first off, I can think of funding. Yeah, a little bit of lack of funds, but I mean, that's what we're working towards, right? We're trying, and it's improved. I can say that with full confidence, to have the same mentality and drive as an actual D1 team. You know, we're getting more games, you know, we're trying to change the culture, just try and get the exposure out. I want to get to the point, and we're not there yet, but nothing comes easy, especially when you're working from square one with the club team. We're working towards the same mentality. We want no difference in the end. The only thing right now is that, you know, maybe more uniforms, but working towards that, you know.
I still think there's steps that need to be taken for sure, but I think we're doing the right things to get on that path.
One more. One more good one. Our shortstop, he already has a lot of notes he looks up online, you know, as he goes, stuff from coaches that he hears, you know, stuff from Instagram, Instagram coaching accounts. He does kind of the bulk work right now along with Jay, you know, sending stuff for, you know, drills aside from generic stuff, because in the past it was kind of just generic practices, but those two, they were good at sending stuff that's you know, infield, hands, handwork and stuff like that, good feeds and stuff like that. So stuff from Instagram, we send to each other through this group me and stuff like that, and then we execute it at practice.
Yeah. I say ibuprofen. I've never taken ibuprofen, dude. It's crazy.
The reason why I've decided to stay here is, I mean, it's more than beyond my career path, because that was my first reason for coming here too, and for the club baseball part, because I was playing JUCO as a redshirt until the COVID hit, and I wanted to just get reps somewhere, and I wanted to go to all these other schools, but a lot of them didn't have my career path, but some did, but I wanted to just get reps to make sure. I thought I would have had a better chance of making the team here at UNT, so I decided that. But just you know, after all the history, after all me and my teammates that I know to this day from all these semesters here, I love them so much, I want to stay, and I know there's something here that can improve, and it has, you know, win and losses wise, and just the enthusiasm, and it really has, and I feel like I've come too far here now that just to walk away from it so soon would be, you know, a crime.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so much talent in the DFW area. For SMU, UNT, you know, all the schools around here to not have a team, it's there's so much talent that's missing out that could come to UNT and play for sure.
Baseball is what I want to do after college. It's what I want to focus on for the rest of my life. And when you go to a school that doesn't have a baseball program, it's hard to really get your foot in the door. Could do something in terms of a master's or anything. Yeah, I might think about going to another school, because I want to end up in baseball, and we don't have anything. I mean, we have softball, but it's not the career path I really want to go towards.
So the biggest thing that we found is we need to have this similar amounts of scholarships in teams compared men and women, and we found there was 2 or 3 different sports that we could add for women's, and then we could add baseball as well. And like you said, we just changed conferences, which kind of changes the numbers a little bit. But I think there is room to add those other sports, you know.
It's extremely disappointing. I mean, DFW in general, you're looking at the second biggest conglomeration of cities in the whole US, and you only have TCU and DBU to say for it for baseball, which is huge around the world. It's huge in Texas. It's obviously not as big as football, but this is such an untapped market that there really should be baseball programs left and right. And for us to not have it, it's kind of shocking. And it really is disappointing as a fan of baseball and as somebody wanting to go into sports, because we're left with less options here at North Texas.
I mean, however you get involved with us in a positive way, like I'm like just light years grateful for that. Like people don't have to do that, you know. People have been fighting for it before me and Jay were here and all my current, you know, rostered teammates, and, you know, it hasn't worked out. So the fact that people are still trying with that effort is really cool and, you know, selfless of them. You know, I think the world of those people, even though I don't know all their names right now. It's just that I just want them to know for sure. Like I'm grateful, and so is all my other teammates, you know. Extremely grateful.